Human rights groups now reporting Iranian courts have sentenced 4 more people to death over January's protests in Iran, including the first woman set for execution.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D. And you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. Also, if you could, please make sure to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and smash the notification. It's the quick, easy, and free way to help this channel grow as big as possible. So, Double D, we got some breaking news here. It's being reported that amid an internet blackout in Iran right now, hundreds of people, protesters, are being executed.
I'm not surprised at all, Bird. It seems like the Iranians have a, how do I put this? An express lane going all the way to executions. They're not wasting any time. They're killing as many of them as anybody who stands up for freedom in that country seems to die for it. So I don't feel sorry for Iran. I'm tired of all these liberals telling us we're supposed to worry about the Iranian people. Dude, they're killing their own people. They're killing their own people.
Right. We're literally taking out terrorist regimes, and these terrorist regimes in turn are going and killing out their own people. It's kind of like the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. I don't know. This shit doesn't make sense to me, Double D.
Well, they have a history of it. Let's just go back to 1979, when they were using the socialists to overthrow the Shah of Iran. And then what's the first thing that the Sharia regime did as soon as the Ayatollah took over? What was the first thing that they did, Bird?
I don't know. What was it?
They killed 30,000 of those socialists. It was the very first direct order by the Ayatollah
to
kill off 30,000 socialists. That was exactly what they did. They used them as useful idiots. They got them to do what they needed them to do to switch and overthrow the Shah of Iran. And what's the first fucking thing they do? Whack them.
Crazy.
That's what they did.
So the fact that people are like standing up for this terrorist regime, and it's honestly sick to hear people that live in America want America to lose whatever's going on in this. Like, it's so weird to me. Regardless if you like Trump or not, you should still want to see America go through this prosperous and no casualties.
Well, unfortunately, we have Americans here, also known as the Democrat Party or the Democratic Socialists, to be more exact, because it's not all Democrats. I don't want the audience to think that I'm completely blaming the Democrats. However, I do blame them for allowing the left wing of their faction to get as crazy as they've gotten. But they hate America. Yeah. They want America to be brought down, dude. They are going to be the useful idiots. Do you realize we got 8 states now that have anti-Sharia laws now that have been made into law?
That's insane. There should be nothing that has to do with anyone's religion, since everybody says to separate church and state. It seems like the same people calling for the separation of church and state are surely fine with everything going on with places like New York City and the places that you were talking about. Like, I don't know. It's insane to me. But, I want to check this out because this is just a really crazy story to me.
Let that clip roll, Bird.
Human rights groups now reporting Iranian courts have sentenced 4 more people to death over January's protests in Iran, including the first woman set for execution.
Damn.
Dr. Sheila Nazarian fled Iran as a child. She's now a plastic surgeon, lives in California, and she's back on our program and joins me now. Doctor, I want you to comment on this woman a moment here, but since the beginning of this war, these are the numbers we've tracked. 656 executions in 3 months. 341 in January, 307 in February, 8 recorded in March while Iran was offline. Man. Let me get to being offline.
It's crazy because let me say something. I'll let you get to what you're saying in 1 second. I just want to say something. Where are all the Free Palestine people at right now when you have Muslims killing other Muslims in their own country?
Oh, they don't give a shit about that, dude. All the free Palestine people are just a bunch of idiots who do whatever they're told. The point that I was going to mark, you see where it says the real number is likely far higher. Far higher, not just higher. So let's just times that by 4, honestly, those numbers.
Yeah.
This is what we get to know about.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think those numbers are much higher.
I just, it's like, where are they though? Where are those people that cry, free Palestine? Why are they not saying anything about the people in Iran that we're helping right now?
Oh, because they don't care about that. It doesn't work. It does not go for the narrative. It doesn't fit their narrative of anti-American narrative. For America to actually be doing something good, that's bad for the Democrat socialists.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it the Democrat socialists for now on, because I don't want to pigeonhole all Democrats, because we're seeing a lot of Democrats who are flipping now, dude.
Hey, to be fair, Double D, we don't have to pigeonhole Democrats. They do that themselves.
They kind of do. I don't really have to do it for them, but we're seeing a few Democrats who are coming back to reality. Not as many as I'd like to see, but we are seeing it happen.
Yeah.
I'm still never going to vote for a Democrat, so it doesn't matter. But, but I can still, I'll give credit where credit's due. And, we're seeing it, like in our last episode, we're seeing it happen. But yeah, where are they right now? And like I said, that number, it says far higher, likely far higher. It's probably 4 or 5 times that amount. How come they're not complaining about that? How come they're not waving their flags and running up and down with their bullhorns and their queers for Palestine? Where are they at now? Yep. Where are they at?
Exactly. That's what I said.
True colors. Their true colors have shown, Bird.
Yep.
In a moment here, but you were talking about violations called crimes against God. And when a woman is executed in Iran, the details you provide are harrowing. Is this going to happen?
Bill, in Iran, just to let your audience know, they believe this regime, these Islamists, they believe that if a woman is killed and she's a virgin, she goes to heaven. So what they do is they will gang rape her before they execute her.
Oh, wow. That's sick.
That's crazy.
Elizabeth Banks is sitting comfy in a little cushy couch on a podcast with her hair slicked back, talking about how could anyone vote for Donald Trump. Well, Kamala Harris posted on X yesterday that this is a war of choice, and Donald Trump is the only one helping these people in Iran. So Elizabeth Banks, this woman, Bita, is about to be gang raped and publicly executed, and so are 3 more women. And they have been doing this to many young people.
That's sad.
Every single day, 1 or 2 public executions. So you're sitting there on your cushy couch talking about Kamala Harris. You claim to be a feminist. You claim to be a humanitarian. Where are you when the women need you? You are a fake. You are a hypocrite. You are of no help to anyone. So if you claim to be a feminist, you claim to be a humanitarian, you claim to be a good person, America, Iran isn't just a military war or peace in the Middle East or oil stabilization. This is a humanitarian issue. They are killing young people every single day. And the only one that has helped is President Trump.
It's a lack of knowledge.
I just wanted to let her get her full statement out, because what she's saying is actually absolutely spot on. Trump is the only president to have done anything for the past 47 years with anything to Iran.
I agree with that.
He's been speaking on this since the 80s. We've covered that before. So
yes,
the fact that people are saying, oh, he's only doing this for Israel, this, that, and the third. No.
That's all BS.
No, it's all because you don't like what he's doing and you want to have a reason to clip farm. You want to have a reason to be mad. You want a reason to have content. So that way you could blow up as big as possible, and everybody knows Trump will be gone in 2 years or whatever, 2.5 years. So you want to grift off of the next, big thing.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it's all about. Clicks and likes for them, dude. Here, I think Ronald Reagan should have done something back in 1980. I'm honest, to this day, I still believe that Reagan should have bombed the hell out of Tehran for the whole hostage situation, and to bomb them. I mean, what they did with the Shah and expelling him and then killing all those, people, all those Iranian businessmen. There were a lot. I mean, it wasn't just wasn't just socialists that they unalived. They were unaliving a shit ton of businessmen and politicians and political opponents and anybody who disagreed with Sharia law. Dude, they were executing a lot of those. We don't get to hear about those. The only ones the media ever remotely tells us about is the socialists, and that's only because they have a soft spot for them.
Right, exactly. I don't
It's
disagree
the only
at
reason
all.
why.
I don't disagree at all.
Understanding, really. And you understand it better than most. I think about that 19-year-old wrestler who was sentenced to death.
Dang.
I mean, just
Yeah, that was crazy.
But when I
I
hear
heard
you
about
talk
that.
about
Let me
this,
tell
you talk about this as a humanitarian issue, because you're thinking about 92 million people who have been subjected to this government for almost 50 years, Doctor.
Yeah, the reason why my family escaped Iran on the back of a pickup truck while the Iranian border police was shooting at us to not escape is because they put my father on a kill list because he was the chief medical officer, a physician affiliated with the Shah's hospital. Okay? I'm so grateful that my family got me out of Iran, me and my sister. They had 2 daughters. They could see this is no future for a girl in Iran. And imagine there are millions of people in Iran who knew westernization, who knew freedom 47 years ago, and they lost it because the useful idiots on college campuses, the leftists on college campuses, joined hands with the Islamists, which is exactly what's happening here. They're using the exact same playbook, the exact same propaganda. And they would say things like, why is the Shah living in a castle while there's homeless people on the street? There's no equity here. They use flowery words to trick comfortable, useful idiots on college campuses who have no real problems, to trick them into bringing Islam into the world.
Yeah, perhaps that's...
So this goes to show that not only is the left a problem for America, the left is a problem for the entire world.
Which brings me to the next question, Bird. Where is Keir Starmer? Where is Macron? Where is that? I forget that guy from Charles Schwab. Where are from the WEF? Where's Dr. Fauci? Where are all these people now? How come we don't hear from them complaining about what's all they're saying is that America's the aggressor and they're getting closer and closer to leftism as we're getting farther and farther away from it in their eyes. Well, we're the only ones protecting or trying to help these people. Where are our European NATO allies?
Exactly.
How come they're not? How come they don't seem to care what's going on? I want to know, Keir Starmer. I want to know. I know the answer. I know the answer because he's a chump.
Yeah, well, they're tucked with their tails behind their, between their legs and hiding under their desks, waiting for Daddy. They're waiting for Daddy Trump to call and give them the word and tell them what to do.
I guess so. What's that old term? It smells like.
We'll see on that. Quickly on this, New York Times, even as most Iranians remain cut off from the world, many officials and a limited cadre of Iranian elites have been granted an open connection through what critics call whitelisting. So we think like for 48 days, the internet has been basically out. Are you getting information from inside?
Too bad Elon Musk can't get Starlink out there for him.
Yeah.
The only things that I'm hearing from Iran is that they don't want the bombs to stop. They are more afraid of this regime than they are of the targeted attacks that Israel and America are doing.
Doctor, thanks for coming on.
Think about that.
We thought they were going to go to the street, but when you're faced with an execution in public, it can make you think differently. Dr. Sheila Nazarian, thanks for coming back from California.
Thank you.
I don't know. It's sad that people can't realize what's going on, but at the same time, with all the internet out there, all the TikTok brains, all the clickbaiting, all the gotcha moments, all the clipping one thing and making things think like there's something else and getting taken completely out of context. People are gonna not know what's real and what's not real anymore, and what's true and what's not true.
I'm just grateful that this young lady was, brave enough to finally, I'm just glad she was brave enough to come out and speak out against the youthful idiots, as she called them.
Yeah.
Because she's absolutely right. You and I have been calling them that for as long as I can remember at this point. But to hear a professional tell the truth like that and call it what it is, Thank God. And we need more of her. We
Yeah.
need more of her.
We
We need
definitely
more
do.
people to step up with some courage and bravery. I am so sick and tired of the cowering and the just the blatant cowardice of Europe, of the left-wing Democrats in this country. You know, they talk about they want a civil war. Do you really?
No.
Do you really want that? I guarantee you they don't.
No.
That's why they want to take everybody's guns first. They want to take everybody's guns first because they know they have a better chance of not getting their asses kicked by bullets. Got news for you. We're still going to whoop their asses. If we have to, we'll do it with rocks and our fists. But either way, you know, it's like they need to be careful what they wish for. That's all I can say. And right now, this woman would rather us drop. The people of Iran want us to drop bombs on them and keep targeting the targets. They prefer that than to have the Ayatollah back in power.
Yeah,
think about what that fucking means.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think, but yeah, it just, you know, my final thought is it goes to show how much of a plague that the left has become. And how wrong it is, not even just for America, but just for the rest of the world in general.
Absolutely. It's, dude, leftism is a disease.
Yeah.
It is a cancerous disease. And we let that cancer, and this is the fault of the Republicans and of normal thinking Americans.
Yeah.
We kept saying, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Just let them be. Let them get it out. Well, now it's been 11 fucking years. All right, of this shit.
Yep.
And I quite frankly am sick and tired of it.
I am too.
I'm at the point now, like, every time I see one of these geriatric fools downtown running their mouth off, Trump is this and Trump is that and Trump is a king. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I just want to knock him the fuck out, dude. Seriously.
You're crazy.
Just knock him the fuck out.
You're crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's getting insane nowadays.
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's like enough's enough. Pull your heads out of your ass, left-wing Democrats. Or just stuff your head so far up your ass that we don't have to listen to you. I'm cool with either way.
Yep, I am too. And on that note, we're going to end it. I just want to thank God because without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank Double D. I want to thank the audience and my friends and family.
And thanks again, Bird, for making our show happen every day. And audience, thanks for sticking around. You're the reason we're the reason. Most importantly, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who gives me the opportunity to bring this message to you. And with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.